seen days like this on the opposite side when Charlie's is on as he's been and getting ground balls the way that Nice was today. When Nice is getting ground balls or anybody's getting contact like that, how do you have to change your approach to go after them?
Well, what we're trying to do is you got to elevate the ball. Number one, you're getting ground balls because you're pitching down. You got downhill angle, or you got sink. His is more angle, and it's cut, where it's cutting down. Right-handers are swinging over it more often than not. So you got to try and get the ball up and try and work to. Sometimes you got to work in the box to push it off of you to get it back to center. Even if he's not pitching in the middle, maybe getting off the plate a little bit so it's center for you. He was very effective, kept the ball down, bought some territory inside from time to time, but the cutter, he mixed all his pitches, but we weren't able to put good swings on him. That was pretty obvious.
Are you a little surprised they pitched to Andrew in the 8th there with first base open?
I don't pay much attention to those things. My hands are full managing one club. I never try and manage two.
Was Charlie aggressive enough? I mean, you talked before the game how you wanted to see some improvement in the area. You think he's making some steps toward that?
I do, Rob. I thought he had a nice sequence. I want to say I was taking some notes, watching it. In the 6th and 7th for sure.
Yeah.
The 3rd and 4th also. The tempo and the rhythm was really what we're looking for. And not that there was huge indecision the other times, but we wanted him to get on that rubber, stand up, get the sign, and go. I thought he pitched with his sinker better, especially on the arm side. He had some splits involved. The mix of pitches wasn't bad. 3 pitches were up today that got hit that cost him runs. But I thought there were some positive strides. The first pitch strikes were much better. It's 21 out of 28. I think he got a dozen balls on the ground or 13 balls on the ground. 12 turned into outs. We had the 1 double play, so I thought there were some building blocks put in place today. That's really why we wanted to push him back out there after the 2 runs. It was the game's still manageable. Hopefully he can build some momentum, build some traction, and I really like the way he worked the last 2 innings as far as from a rhythm and tempo standpoint.
Clint, can you talk about what Josh Harrison's done the last couple of weeks and projecting forward? Can he be an everyday player and hit like this, do you think, or is he a utility guy that's just hot right now?
I would never tell a guy he's a utility guy that's just hot. That's for a lot of people, I think, that don't give the game a real good look. We try and put people in compartments right away. I just like what I'm seeing. I like the approach. I like the way he goes about his business. I like the way he battles in the batter's box. So we're looking for guys that are competing within the box. He's definitely doing that. And we've got to find ways to keep him plugged in the offense. So time will tell where he can take it, but I'm very open-minded.
40-plus games into the season, do you feel that the solutions to your offensive struggles are within the organization right now?
We've always kept an eye open to get better every day, and whether it be internally or externally. We never don't look outside. We like to think we've given guys here some time to write some things. You want to give guys that have experience and the back of their cards have said they've done some good things, an opportunity to bundle some at-bats and get some rhythm at the plate. But at this point in time, we are also aware where our strengths are. They're off the mound, and defensively, we're playing a lot of one-run games. I think 21-run games so far. We're definitely looking to generate some more offense, so we'll be open-minded about when and if or where we can get it.
Clint, one of those guys looking to turn around is Clint Barmas. He had a couple of hits today. What was your assessment of him?
Well, he had a couple of hits today. I like the way he stayed on the first ball. The fact that the direction was good. The one ball was high. It was elevated, but it found grass. Sometimes little things spark big things, Just a little grass finding here and there can help a hitter's confidence. Nothing really helps an athlete's confidence more than a little success. And I think in the case of our offensive guys, that very well could be the case to get a little something working that way. A 2-hit game today. So hopefully, that will bode better for him moving forward.
When you talk about track record and some of the things these guys that are struggling now have done in the past, at this point in the season, how much time do we have before you have to start looking elsewhere, or is it better to just let them try to work through it?
Well, you want to give them the freedom to play. You don't want people – I don't think anybody wants to work in an environment where you're continually looking over your shoulder or up above you. But at the same time, you need to be professional about your business and making sure that you're doing everything you can do to prepare. And then you got to go out and compete because at the end of the day, at this level, the end mark is a big mark, whether it's a W or an L. So the individual responsibility that comes with taking care of your own thing, you've got to be aware of that. Our guys are aware of that. And I would never give you a date. For all you know, we've been looking for 2 weeks. I mean, what you want to say, what you do, you're always trying to be positive and coach guys up. And we want to give them some time to write some things. But I think we need, as I said earlier, we got to be open-minded.
But, quite a while ago, you mentioned that the benchmarks you trust are 50 games for the team, 150 bats for individuals. Are you kind of getting close to that benchmark where you
Yeah.
can make up your mind about some things?
Yeah, we're at game 44? 44.
44.
So that's closing in on 50.
And
And some of the at-bats have already gone over 150, and some of them are creeping up on it. So, yeah, no, Tom, this is the point of the season that for me, I've always tried to at least show some patience, show the patience to get this point in time before you start putting a fine-tuned comb on it or, very acute focus. And then what you want to do versus what you're capable of doing can also be, either connected or disconnected.
How do you guys approach the day off tomorrow coming into a new series?
How do we approach it? We embrace it. I'm really looking forward to it. I told them to go out and find something fun to do tomorrow.